Hey, hola, bom dia. Carl Munson here on the Good Morning Portugal podcast and radio show. And we will be talking about the Portuguese weather in our bit of Portuguese positive news. And I've decided, as you may well be aware, that there's enough negative and bad news around. You can find that all over the place, can't you? And certainly you can find that in a number of online groups on Facebook and so on. The conversations tend to go downhill, don't they? When you're when people get together and start talking about the things that bother them and so on, it can take a downward spiral, which I saw happening quite noticeably yesterday on one of my favorite groups. And it's just human nature, isn't it? You know, we do need to know what the threats are. And quite often we're not that bothered about what we might be grateful for. But I've just taken and thank you to Liz, who said, like, good move to call the what was the Good Morning Portugal group, now call it Portuguese Positive News, and yeah, good move, she says, and I'm glad, I'm thankful for that validation, because yeah, like I say, you can get your bad news all over the place, but you can I'm going to guarantee that I will endeavour anyway to focus on good news here in Portuguese Positive News, which is the group part of Good Morning Portugal. Let me just shout out to a few people this morning. Hola, bon dia to you, Richard Holmes. Hi, Gregor. 11 degrees here in Luge. Now, that is in the south, isn't it? 11 degrees. I'm thinking it must be in the south with a temperature like that. Luge is a part of the Algarve. Do correct me if I'm wrong. And a dear old friend, Rajesh, in Lisbon. I knew he might respond to the Sexta comment if he was tuned in. Sexta is Thursday. Oh, so Quinta-feira is Thursday. When you go to the farm, you think of sex on Sexta-feira, Friday. I thought you thought about sex every day and most hours, Rajesh. But you're giving a nice bit of authenticity, vulnerability, and honesty from Rajesh there. Red-blooded male, if ever there was one. Good morning to you, sir. Hola, bon dia. So let's check out the Portuguese positive news this morning. So I'm laughing a little bit too much, which is an obvious sign of madness, isn't it, to be sat in a room on your own and giggling to yourself? But I blame you all who are indulging me and joining in with me. And this is Brelcome. A week to go now until until Boris gets Brexit done. And do bear with me if you're not a British person and if you're thoroughly bored with all things Brexit. Everybody is, aren't they? Excuse me. I've laughed so much I need to cough. Okay, I'm back now. Sometimes life plays little tricks and brings some changes. Say visit Portugal at visitportugal.com. But there are a few things that will remain the same. You're part of our history. And together as allies, this is the Portuguese talking to the British now. As allies, we change the course of the world. No border will separate us. Your sense of humour and zest for life will forever be part of the sand of our beaches, of our golf courses, of our wine cellars, and of our music festivals. Brexit may be the word of the day, but from us, you will always hear Brelcome. Isn't that fantastic? Portugal will never leave you. Have a look at our suggestions and discover what you cannot miss. Our sand will never leave you. And then there's a series of videos that they've made, little mini videos of beautiful shots of each of the things they're talking about here. An extensive coastline. It's fantastic. They've co-opted Brexit to turn it into a Portuguese tourism advert. I love that. I'm not criticizing that. I think it's fantastic. Give the PR people a pay rise who work for Visit Portugal, or the marketing team there. Give them all a pay rise and national honours if there's a similar thing to the New Year's honours list here in Portugal. Our sand will never leave you. Extensive coastline with soft golden sand on every beach, a long summer and plenty of sunshine all year round. And make Portugal an obvious choice as a holiday destination. Our sunsets will never leave you. Come to Portugal to enjoy the good life in every way. Just let yourself go. And yes, I'm letting myself go a bit here. Just let yourself go and savor all the things we have to offer, the different landscapes, the aromas, the flavors of Portuguese gastronomy, the sounds of nature, to name but a few. Inspire yourself and enjoy the good life. So the beaches won't leave you. The sunsets won't leave you. What else won't leave you? The waves won't leave you. Stretching for more than 850 kilometers, the Portuguese coast is a gigantic surfing beach offering great waves every day, and there are many ways to tackle them. It all depends on your skill and enthusiasm. I'm going to leave that to the experts. Our flavors will never leave you. The food in Portugal is a closely guarded secret. Portuguese cuisine has everything to please even the most discerning palate because it's based on genuine quality products cooked according to traditional recipes or to the most innovative and unusual trends. Yay. Know more about Portuguese gastronomy by visiting visitportugal.com and watching that video. And the final part of this, if you're traveling to Portugal soon, check the Portugal health passport in case you need healthcare services during your stay. Excellent. They are too, I have to say, here in Portugal. Generally speaking, in a Brexit situation, you probably want to know what will be different. Have a look at Brexit information for British travellers to Portugal. So there's a link for that as well if you are concerned at the moment about that. And as I said, I think before on the show, probably not very much will happen on the 1st of February, will it? It will. I think the Brexiteers will, and I know this is Portuguese positive news, and I'm going to spin it in quite a sort of positive and satirical way, hopefully, so you don't get depressed about it if anyone's watching who does tend to get triggered or upset by the very B word. But it's going to be like a hangover after a divorce party, isn't it? People get divorced, and it's like, yeah, you see people say, I'm going out to celebrate my divorce tonight. I'm like, okay. And then next morning, oh God, we partied hard celebrating my divorce. And what you're left with a divorce hangover, you're still the same person the day after, aren't you? With your, insecurities and concerns about the future and stuff. So that's how it'll be. That's how it'll be. And then I imagine it'll just be down. It'll go from, the centralized bureaucracy and thinking the grown-ups have got it all under control to people having to talk to each other, which will be a great thing, won't it? On the borders or, in offices across the world. What do we do now? Don't know. The law might have changed. Should we do anything about that? Nah, let's just carry on as we were. And maybe it will be like that. We'll see. We'll see in just 1 week's time. So there you go. That's visitportugal.com and their wonderful campaign, #Brelcome, Brelcome.